Greetings, I'm Professor K, and in this short video presentation, we're going to see how we can go about creating a Kali Live forensic mode bootable USB. A Kali Linux live image on a USB can allow you to have access to a full bare metal Kali install without needing to alter an already installed operating system. This allows for quick, easy access to the Kali toolbar with all the advantages of a bare metal install. Booting into Kali forensic mode does not mount system hard drives, hence the operations you perform on the suspect system do not leave any trace. This lab requires that you have three things. First, you need a live boot image from the Kali download site. Second, you need an application that can create a bootable USB drive. In this example, I'm going to be using Rufus, but there are others, such as Etcher. Lastly, you're going to need a USB drive that is at least 4 gigabytes in size, preferably 8 gigs would be the minimum. In this example, my USB drive will be 32 gigabytes in size. So I have downloaded my live boot ISO image. I have also downloaded the self-running executable Rufus to create a bootable USB drive. I also have my USB drive plugged into a USB port on my computer. Again, I'm using Rufus to create my bootable USB drive. This is a free application. You can go to rufus.ie and you can download it for free. And it is a self-running executable, meaning that there is no installation required. So I have downloaded Rufus, I have launched Rufus, and now I've got to select the ISO image that I want to use to create a bootable USB drive. To do this, I'm just going to click on where it says select. I'm going to go find that Kali Live CD image that I downloaded. I'm going to go ahead and just double click it. That loads it. The volume label is anything you want to make it. In this case, I'm just going to leave it as Kali Live. It's going to be a FAT32 by default because this is a Linux system. When you're ready, you can leave everything else at the default and just click Start. The first warning that pops up with Rufus is the ISO hybrid image is detected. Go ahead and accept the default to write in ISO image mode. Click OK. The next warning that pops up. Warning, all data on the device will be destroyed. So if there is anything on your USB device that is important to you, you need to back it up first. I have nothing on that USB device. I'm going to click OK. And now the creation for my Kali Live bootable USB begins. Now this takes a little bit of time because it's going to copy over a lot of files to that USB drive. So even though it looks like it may stall, it hasn't. Just give it time. And you can read down here at the bottom of Rufus exactly what's being copied over. Now when it gets to 86.1%, it seems like it has stalled, but it has not. So just be patient and let it copy over the files that it needs. All told, the copying process for my bootable USB took about 7 minutes. So that's why you got to be patient. It looks like nothing's happening, but if you wait, down at the bottom, you will see some activity start to happen after about 4 or 5 minutes. Once you're all done, you can close out Rufus. I'm using Windows 10 as my host machine, so if I go into this PC, I can see that USB drive, and if I open it up, I can see everything that got copied over and what's going to make this particular USB bootable. Now that we have a USB drive that is bootable and it's running Kali Live, we need to figure out how to boot it. Now to do this, you're going to have to restart your host machine. In this case, I'm running Windows 10. So I would restart my Windows 10 machine. And between the time that I reboot the machine and before I get to the Windows logo that is telling me that Windows 10 is loading, I have to press a function key. The function key for my machine, since it's an Asus motherboard, is F12. If I press F12 and I do it right, I will get a boot menu. And from this boot menu, I will be given the option to boot using a USB device. Now, if everything is working on that USB device and it has all the files that it needs, The system BIOS is just going to treat it just like any other DVD or CD that has an operating system on it that is bootable. For most of you, this is going to be the hardest part, and that is trying to figure out which function key or which combination of keys do I have to press to be able to get the boot menu when I restart my machine. Well, it all depends on the manufacturer of your machine or the motherboard manufacturer. That information to bring up the boot menu on your OEM device is readily available on the internet. All you have to do is just type in the manufacturer of your machine, the type of machine, and function key for boot menu, and you'll be given the information. Once you get the boot menu up, this is what it's going to look like. So you're going to have to select from the boot menu USB device. Now that is one way to get your USB device to boot. The other way that you can get the USB device to be recognized as a bootable device is to go into your BIOS and configure the BIOS to use USB as the first boot option. Now I'm not going to show you how to get into your particular BIOS because every BIOS is different, but you have to start the machine, and when you see a little pause and it says to enter the setup, hit F10, hit F12, hit delete, hit escape, whatever it says, that is what's going to take you into the BIOS. Once you're inside the BIOS, you have to go into the boot option. From the boot option, you have to select USB as your first boot device. Once your USB device is recognized and it starts to boot, you're going to be given the Kali Live menu. From the Live menu, you can select Live System, AMD 64, Forensics Mode, and that will take you into a Kali desktop and provide you with all the forensic tools that you need to begin your investigation of a particular machine. And so that's going to conclude this short video presentation on how we go about creating a Kali Live Forensic Mode Bootable USB. I'm Professor K. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.